So before you ask, it's no shave November. In this show, we're going to cover a few new cameras. We're also going to get some news to you guys stuck in editing bays somewhere. We're going to wrap out the show by going over an article for any of you who are about to buy a new camera. We're also going to take a look at Asia that you just can't miss. So without any further ado, well, except those. This is Camera Corner. Let's start everything off with the Scarlet. The new Scarlet supports a 14 megapixel 27.7mm by 14.6mm Mysterium X sensor. The color sampling of this camera is 444. The formats and frame rates are as follows. At 5K FF or full frame, you can record 1 to 12 frames a second. At 4K HD, you can record 1 to 30 frames a second. At 3K HD, you can record 1 to 48 frames a second, so you can get your Peter Jackson on. At 1080 HD, you can record 1 to 60 frames a second. And finally, at 1K resolution, you record 1 to 120 frames a second. All these frame rates are expected to average somewhere around 55 megabytes a second. Pricing is as follows. For the body, you're going to pay probably $9,000 to around $11,000 depending on which mount you get. However, if you actually want to shoot with this camera when you get it, you're probably going to have to pay somewhere around $14,000 to $15,000. The Scarlet is supposed to ship sometime around the 1st of December 2011. Did I miss anything? Probably. Moving on. Now we move on to the Canon C300. The C300 has a 24.6 by 13.8mm CMOS Super 35 sensor. The color space of this camera is 422. The recording formats for the C300 are as follows. In 1920 by 1080, you can record 24p, 25p, and 30p. You can also record 60i and 50i. You can also record true 24. In 1280 by 720, you can do all the frame rates I just mentioned, and you can also do 60p. This is the only slow motion available on the camera. You have 3 options when it comes to data rate. You can do 25 megabits a second, 30 megabits a second, or 50. It is expected to be priced somewhere around $20,000 US. The release date of this camera is sometime in Q1 of 2012. Lastly, I want to bring you some news about the new firmware update to the Arri Alexa. The new firmware allows Alexa owners to go up to 120 frames a second. Wait, hold on. There's a catch. You must use a Sony 64GB S/S card.
Oh, that's not so bad.
No, 1 card is $2,000.
You are not getting one.
Honey, come on. It's up for debate, yeah? Okay, back to the firmware. So it also allows you to do 60 frames a second out of the dual link HD SDI. Out of those same ports, it allows you to record Arri RAW. It also has a crap ton of other features which I don't have time to mention here, but if you want more information, check out the link below. Wake up! Yeah, I'm talking to all you editing nerds. Pop up in another can of Jolt. Do they still make that? This is the Ben. Good news for all you Avid freaks out there. Blackmagic has updated their Hyper Deck Studio. The deck will record live stream on solid state in its DNX HD format, so you don't have to go through all that trouble transcoding things when you get done. Blackmagic doesn't stop there. They've also introduced the Intensity Extreme Thunderbolt. This new breakout box will capture it 10-bit through your HDMI, S-Video, or component cables, and then shoot it into your computer through your Thunderbolt connection. And lastly, editors, I don't think I'm supposed to be telling you this, but Automatic Duck is free for a limited time. The article for this show comes from Stu Mashewitz over at ProLost. Stu eloquently put together an article for anyone who wants to buy a new camera. He goes over in meticulous detail the pros and the cons for buying a new Scarlet or a C300. The focus of the article is really for the HD SLR shooter. It's called Paradox of Choice, and it begs the question, why should we pay so much for these new cameras? It's a really great read, so if you have the time, check it out. In the burning day. Lastly, in a new segment that I'm going to call Clips to Covet, I bring you In Asia, Episode 2, Thailand. This clip by Vince Urban shows a side of Thailand that most people don't get to see, because everyone doesn't have a Land Rover. But in all seriousness, Vince has a real talent for editing. He also does things with the 7D that I didn't know were possible. If you have time, check it out. Link will be in the info. Well, that's the end of the show. If you like what you saw, be sure to thumb me. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Or subscribe. Take care.